Welcome to my humble abode. I am Yorkie the Talespinner, welcoming you back to Tales Over Coffee, a morning rousal with coffee and a narrative game. In this case, continuing 1111, the tale of World War I, with a salute to veterans of any nation.
Sure enough, I found myself on Kurt's doorstep. I didn't know how he'd react. It's one thing being friends with the enemy in a tunnel underground, but another being friends out in the open. I needn't have worried, though. Kurt and his family were kind to me. They took me in, gave me a bed to sleep in, cooked me meals. In return, I helped out on the farm and did what I could around the house. A few days later, Kurt took me to a nearby village. There were things his family needed. Lucy, his daughter, was sick. And Germany was struggling to feed itself by that time.
I thought it had saved
Everyone
up to
was
this
hungry.
point.
The inn opened its doors to the public. I knew Kurt was looking for a barrel. This was good timing. But would they let me in? I was the enemy after all.
Yes. Is there room at the inn? That's the question.
Hey, Fremder. Was soll das mit dem Vogel?
Mörder, du hast hier nichts
You
verloren.
have no
Raus hier.
business here, leave.
Was machst du hier?
What are you doing here?
Raus
Get
hier.
out. So we can't get in directly. Try Kurt.
Keine Sorge, Kurt. Das schaffe ich schon allein.
Perfect. Yes. False reassurance. Always wonderful. No chance of doing something from here with Kurt. But the cat might have a chance. Let's see. We can't get down that way. Where can we get down? That's a good question. Nothing there. Nothing there. You'd think you could get across those houses, but apparently not. I see another piece of paper. We can't seem to knock it down. I forget which key is knocked down. Interact is E, which I've been trying to use and hasn't been allowing me to do anything with it. Oh well. I guess the cat can't do much from here. Well, we can't do anything with the cat there. You would think there was some way down. It doesn't look that high. Cats have fallen from worse than that. Alright. Let's see about taking him to the inn if we can.
Hey, Kurt. Schön, dich zu sehen.
This is my last day before I
Heute
head
ist mein
back.
letzter Tag. Morgen muss ich zurück. Henriette hat mir von meinem Bruder
Henriette told me
erzählt.
about my brother. I can't believe he's gone. Yes,
Unfassbar, dass er nicht mehr da ist. Jetzt mache ich mir nur noch Sorgen um meine
all I do is
Familie.
worry about my family.
Wir
We'll be
schaffen
okay
das
though,
doch,
right?
oder?
Well,
Vor dem Krieg konnte ich immer
I
schlafen.
never had any trouble sleeping
Das ist
before the
vorbei.
war. Not anymore.
Was passiert, wenn wir einfach nicht zurück?
What happens if we never go back?
Schön, dich wiederzusehen, Kurt.
Good to see you again,
Ich
Kurt.
hoffe,
I hope
Luzi
Lucy
geht's
is
besser.
better.
Suchst du immer noch
Are
deinen
you,
Sohn, Kurt? Der Krieg kennt
the
keinen
war is not
Mitleid.
very forgiving, Kurt.
The innkeeper
War-
sure seemed good at talking, and Kurt gave him someone to talk to. The perfect distraction.
Ich kann mir gar nicht vorstellen, wie das so ist, wenn man seine Kinder nicht durchsagt.
Raus!
Oh. That's not good. Well, we got in that way this time. The question is...
Abgeschossen. Die Tomisch haben ihn angeblich mit militärischen Ehren bestattet. Gehört sich auch so. Hast du das vom Roten Baron gehört, Kurt? Eine echte Tragödie. Das heißt, er hätte Hunderte abgeschossen. Die Tomisch haben ihn angeblich mit militärischen Ehren bestattet. Gehört sich auch so. Ich mag mir gar nicht vorstellen, wie das so
Maybe I
ist,
need to
wenn man
push
seine
it.
Kinder nicht beschützen kann. In Zeiten wie diesen bin ich froh, dass ich keine Familie habe. Meine Gäste sind meine Familie.
If I do it this way,
Wie mein
yes, I can
Bruder,
move it out of
Kurt.
the way.
Erzähl mir doch mal von deiner Katze, Kurt. Es heißt, du hast sie im Niemandsland gefunden. Unglaublich. Eins muss ich ihr lassen. Sie hat echt Glück. Suchst du immer noch deinen Sohn, Kurt? Der Krieg kennt kein Mitleid, Kurt. Im Krieg ist egal.
Remember, I had no idea what was going on. What use did Kurt have for a balloon? But whatever I said on the long walk home, Kurt's response was always the same. He pointed toward the sky.
So that is what happened, Katrin. I took these things from the village. I made a plan to help the man who I believed to be a hero, to repay my debt for the time he saved my life, and for the time he sent Allied intelligence to help me. I wanted to build a balloon for him. I wanted to send him home, to set him free.
That's very optimistic of you, I must say. A primitive balloon from well, it's his firm, so it's probably in Germany, to Canada is going to be difficult. Also, sending you Allied intelligence, though you don't know it, was hardly his choice. Indeed, you could say he gave you the bird.
Before I met Kurt, I imagined any German would kill me as soon as look at me. And I guess that's because of the stories I was told, you know? To folks back home, he would have been an evil Hun. But he was also a father. He was also a husband. And he was also my friend.
And there lies the rub. The enemy you fight in war is a human just like you. This is why I say
But
this
I was
game.
too quick to trust the Canadian. Too quick to call him a friend. I see now how foolish I've been. I see now I was wrong.
This is why I say this game is intended to give honour as best as I can to all who served, whatever the nation. The poor bloody infantry and any of the troops really don't get to choose.
But Kurt wanted to build a balloon. And I think he meant to build it for me.
Right, what's going to happen to change Kurt's mind? And onto the cart. Lucy. Go to her,
Something
Papa.
was wrong. My daughter didn't normally call out like that. She didn't make a fuss.
What's going on? Oh. He's found his son. Oh, you bloody bastard, Barrett.
At the time, I thought maybe there'd been an accident and he needed my help. It never occurred to
And
me
he
that
made
I'd
you
done anything
photograph
wrong.
it.
It just never occurred to me.
He made you photograph it. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is bad.
Das ist
This is him, this is him, this is my son.
Das
Do you
ist er.
understand, my son?
Das ist mein Sohn. Und du hast dieses Bild
You
gemacht.
took this
Du
picture, you
warst
were
dort.
there. He dead,
er
you
tot?
murderer.
Du Mörder.
Walk away, if you can. Oh, God.
I was
forgot
as surprised
this.
as Kurt. I didn't know who Max was. It's like the picture of his son triggered something in him. Flipped a switch. You could see it in his eyes.
Oh, God.
Before we knew it, he packed up early, went back to war, and took a bunch of my photos with him.
Germany is interested only in its final push on the Western Front. They believe they can take Paris. I've not come here for Paris.
Come here for Barrett.
By chance, I've been reunited with Franz. I haven't seen him since Vimy. Franz is built for war. Cold and detached, he sees the Tommy as vermin. I never used to understand him, but I do now. He will be a valuable ally.
God.
He has agreed to help me find the man in the picture.
So that was it. Kurt left. Me? I resolved to build that balloon. I didn't know if I could do it without Kurt, but I knew I had to try. It was a long shot, but I didn't want to spend the rest of my life in Germany. And back home, there was Julia.
I forgot. As I played this a few years ago when it first came out, but I'd forgotten that. Yes. I'd forgotten most of it, honestly. Pieces of memory here, there, not meaningful. But yes, as I said, be aware. Your worst enemy is a man or woman just like you. He's a human being. But that human being may have been forced to do the worst thing you can imagine.
So I'd build that balloon. Truth be told, there was not much else I could do. I was always grateful to Katrine. Even after everything that happened, she let me stay in the house. Maybe she just liked the company. I don't know. I helped in whatever way I could, and the three of us kind of fell into a routine.
Ich hab Hunger.
When you can understand that the person who killed, or at least the person who photographed the killing of your child, did so because they had no option. Because that was what was required
Noch keine
in war.
Nachricht von Kurt heute.
No word from Kurt today, I try not
Ich
to worry.
versuche mir keine Sorgen zu machen.
And you can still treat them with respect. You may be a cut above the average person.
Ich habe Hunger, Harry. Ist noch Brot da?
I hope I would do the same. I don't know that I would.
Du bist lustig, Harry. Du bist so albern
Ja,
und du
Silly, you
bringst
make
mich
me
zum
laugh.
Lachen. Geh nicht weg, Harry. Bleib doch für
Don't
immer
let
in
us Harry stay in
Deutschland.
Germany forever. Yes, well. I'm not sure everyone would agree with you, child. Sweet though you may be.
Eine große Scheibe, eine große Scheibe.
A big slice, a big slice.
Danke, Harry.
Thanks, Harry. And this is...
That day, the postman gave me a letter. And for once, it wasn't from Julia. The postmark was from Newport, in Belgium.
How do I answer the door? Ah. There we are.
Ein Brief für
That's
Harry
Harry
Lambert.
Harry, my boy, it took me forever to track you down. I've thought of you often since Passchendaele. And I'm sorry, Harry, for everything. For dragging you into this war, for leaving you there. I swore to protect you and I failed. An officer is only as good as his men, and you are the finest of men, Harry.
You may not
If you'll
be.
take one final order from your old major, it's this. Go home, Harry. The first chance you get. Go home to your girl. You've got the uniform now. I know it's the only reason you joined. She'll love it. With respect and friendship. Barrett.
Wir müssen über die Brücke, bevor sie
We need
gesprengt
to cross
wird,
the bridge
Kurt.
before they blow it up, Kurt.
As we move against the Allies, as everyone focuses on the attack, I focus on one thing. I focus on the man in the picture. I will find him for you, Katrine. And I will find the truth.
Underway. Command has sent forward. This is Soldado to
Report here, aircraft in range, standing by. Great retreat, 1 and 2.
Los, los, los! Die Brücke gehört uns!
Is there any... Where would the other piece be? Ah.
The Major? Last time I saw him was when the shell hit at Passchendaele. I couldn't believe he survived it. I guess what they said in the trenches was true. The war just couldn't kill him. Work on the balloon was slow. I had no idea what I was doing.
Hast du etwas von Papa gehört?
Have we heard from Papa?
Du und Papa bleibt
You and
für
Papa
immer
are always
Freunde.
friends.
Das weiß
I
ich.
can tell. That might not be destined to happen.
Ich will nicht, dass der Krieg aufhört,
I don't
weil
want the
du
war
dann
to
nach
end
Hause
because that means
fährst.
you go home. Do I give it to the mother? To Katrine? Nope. So what is the point of the apple? I don't seem to have a way to cook it. Prepare it in any way. What's this? Ah, yes I
Danke,
do.
Harry.
Alright. Do I get the others too? Let's see.
Danke, Harry.
Well, maybe the other one. Maybe 2 more.
Danke, Harry.
Well, let's only put 1 in at a time.
Du und Papa sind noch Freunde,
And Papa's still
oder?
friends, aren't you? That's what you may call complicated. That's an apple, but every time we put 1 there, it's just the 1. Alright.
I barely even understood Kurt's plans. But he did, wherever he was.
Two months later, August, North Rhemian, France.
Dear Catherine, the offensive of Paris failed. We are forced to retreat to Germany. Yet today, I made progress for the first time. I know his name now.
Not sure how you found that, but... We have a postcard, 1 of 2. We're probably going to miss most than we have done.
Du suchst nach den Kanadiern?
You're the one looking for
Da hinten
Canadians.
haben wir einen
The man
zurückgelassen.
the one back there.
Die Tommys haben Scharfschützen in diesem
Tommy's got
Geh
snipers
lieber
in
nicht
this
weiter.
area. You don't want to go any further.
Every Canadian I capture either claims ignorance or simply misunderstands. They all look at me as if I'm some kind of madman. But this one understood. And this one recognized the man in the picture.
Didn't make it. Not sure exactly where I need to go, but how about if I go down this way instead? Can I? Yes.
Help! Help! Somebody, please!
Come on! Let me move faster than that.
Please, don't kill me! I'm no threat to you! Is that Major Barrett? I don't know where he is, I swear!
Barrett, Katrin. His name is Barrett.
I daydreamed a lot back then. If I could finish that balloon, I thought, maybe somehow I could escape. Maybe somehow I could get back to Julia.
Still trying to please that girl. Well, love is critical, of course. But there are much bigger things in life than a relationship not begun. I don't really need to do that, do I?
Lucy braucht ihren Vater.
She needs her father.
Sie muss
needs
wissen,
no,
dass
you
in
see.
Sicherheit ist. Ich weiß nicht, was wir ohne sie
I
machen
don't know what we
würden.
would do without you,
Ich
Harry.
hoffe, Kurt verzeiht mir,
I
dass ich
hope
sie
Kurt
hier
will
im Haus
forgive me for keeping
behalte.
you in the house.
Manchmal streite ich mit
I
meinen
sometimes
Freunden.
argue with my friends, but we make
Aber
up
wir
again
vertragen
eventually.
uns dann auch wieder.
Smart kid. But sometimes the adult world is a little more complicated than that. Prisoner letter 203. Well, nothing here right now to do. Okay. Now what? Okay. seems I can't get on there. Is this not what I need to do yet? Let's see what's in the rest of downstairs, shall we? I'm guessing that's what I need to use to lift something up instead of to ride on. To climb on, whatever you want to call it. Whoops. There we are. I see another collectible. Well, prisoner letter. Letters from prisoners are heavily censored. An intelligent and efficient way of allowing prisoners to write home without giving out secret information is this example. I have a pre-filled letter with only boxes to tick. These made life easier for the prison guards, but did not help families worrying about their captive relatives. These cards were also used for soldiers who were not literate or who had trouble writing. Many soldiers from rural areas had these problems. Photo by Peter Doyle.
As the months went by, Katrine kept me updated about Kurt. She'd point to maps to show me where he was, explain as best she could. Kurt sure didn't give up easy.
2 months later, October 1918. I need answers, whatever it
Kurt,
takes.
das ist Ihr Übersetzer.
This is their translator.
Was für ein Glück.
You know how lucky
Bring ihn
that
zum
is.
Reden, Kurt. Der hier versteht
Speak,
jedes Wort.
this one will understand everything.
Was wollen Sie denn von
I
mir?
don't know what you want from me. Please, I have a son.
Ich habe einen Sohn. Ich habe
I
das
haven't seen
Foto
that
noch
photo
nie
before, I
gesehen.
swear.
Das schwöre ich. Moment.
Wait, that's
Das
Major
ist
Barrett.
doch
Is
Major
that who you
Barrett.
want?
Sind Sie hinter dem her?
Weiß etwas.
He knows something, you can
Man
see it
sieht's
in
an
his
seinen
eyes.
Augen.
Angeblickt ist er
He lost it.
durchgebrecht.
He was moved away from
Würde
the front.
abgezogen.
Droh ihm, Kurt.
Turn him
hat
dead. He's
Angst.
afraid.
Er ist jetzt am Meer
Station
stationiert
in
in
Newport
Newport.
now.
Mehr
Let's see.
weiß ich
That's all I
nicht.
know.
He is in Newport, Katrin, and I will find him. I will find Barrett. It's only a matter of time.
Katrine showed me the letter. Kurt's search for Barrett had led him to the Belgian coast. He'd found him. Whatever Kurt's plan was, it wasn't going to end well. And Katrine knew it. She begged me to save her husband.
Oh, God.
I didn't know if I could find Kurt. Hell, didn't know if I wanted to. But I did have the
this is
balloon.
bad.
And one crazy idea.
I suppose they will call me a deserter now. But I never cared for this war anyway. I only ever cared for Max. Our son, my boy.
Katrine gave me a map of Europe and Kurt's old hunting rifle. I don't know which one of us was more surprised that the balloon even floated.
Well, let's hope the winds carry you in the right direction. Or should we hope not? 11/11 Armistice Day. And we'll see this through to the end. Kurt.
The world would have his armistice, and I would have my answers. I know you think I've changed. Perhaps you even think I'm mad. But I did what I had to do for our family, Katrin. And I found him. I found Major Barrett.
Oi, what are you doing here, filthy Fritz? Nearly the armistice anyhow. You lost, Fritz. You lost.
Yes, he lost. He lost his son.
Ah, Miller. More wine.
I thought I was here to take photographs, sir.
You are here to get me wine. That's an order.
Turning into a drunk.
Yes, sir.
How many, I wonder? How many lives lost under Major Barrett's command? They were just boys. Christ. They were just children.
Yes. The use of war.
I sent better men than me to their deaths. I robbed better men than me of their sons.
Yes.
But it's over now. It's over. No more. Enough.
Oh boy.
You can't see the war from the ground, because on the ground, you are the war. I'll never forget that moment, because in that moment, I truly understood what I'd been a part of. But I was tired, and I needed sleep. I barely knew which way was up anymore. What the hell was I even doing here? Maybe Kurt found Barrett days ago. Hell, maybe Kurt was already dead.
Miller! Wine!
Yes, sir. Coming, sir. Photograph the armistice, he said. You'll be famous, he said.
Miller! For the love of all that is holy, where the hell is my wine?
There is something here. Armistice embroidery. The signature of the armistice is the result of a complex process in which both sides communicate their conditions and attempt to negotiate. That didn't exactly work out for Germany now. The agreement is signed just after 5 a.m. on 11th November 1918. Both sides agree on a 6-hour window to allow the news to reach their soldiers. 11 a.m. on 11th November is agreed as the moment when the fighting will stop. Document from Peter Doyle.
He was a good photographer, that Harry. A good lad. I should never have brought him into all this. I hope you made it home to your girl, Harry. To your old life.
terrible meeting of fates.
Kurt. Did I even want to save a man who didn't trust me?
Yes. You took this picture, you were there. Is he dead? You murderer.
To him, I wasn't a friend. To him, I was the enemy now. A true friend would have heard me out. A true friend wouldn't have assumed the worst.
He saw that you'd photographed.
I always thought if you cared about someone, that was unconditional, right?
No, it's not.
The Fritz awakes, I see.
What are we for?
I would apologize for knocking you out, Fritz, but, well, I'm just not sorry. But I am curious about these little souvenirs of yours. So many German casualties must be quite painful to look at. That's what you get for starting a war, I suppose.
It's
didn't over now,
start
Fritz.
The war.
You lost.
Du hast mir meinen Sohn genommen.
Come on, Fritz. Give me something to work with here. What else have we got here? How did you get this picture? Are you a spy or something?
Es interessiert mich ein Dreck, was du sagst. Genau wie deine Fotos. Einen Dreck. Was hast du mit meinem Sohn gemacht?
You should try opening up more, Fritz. I sense a lot of pent-up aggression. Let's try another. Hang on a second.
They can do very little.
These look an awful lot like pictures taken by a friend of mine. These are Harry Lambert's photos. What did you do to him? I'm listening, Fritz.
So you do know him. I no longer speak that name. He discussed.
Widert mich an, genau wie du. Hat gesehen,
You saw my son
wie
held
mein Sohn
captain, did
gefangen
nothing.
hielt. Noch nichts getan, nichts.
So, there I was, right before the armistice, mid-air in a homemade balloon. I was free up there, free to choose. Did I risk my life for a man who hated me? Or live the life I always imagined? Share my photos with the world? Go home?
This is you in this picture. What the hell happened? Did you kill him? Is he dead? Answer me! If I found out you hurt Harry, you will beg me to kill you quickly.
Ich bin nicht hier, über ihn zu sprechen. Es ist mir egal, wie du mir egal bist. Ich bin deinetwegen hier. Ich will dich, Major Barrett.
Oh. He knows my name. Ha ha! This just keeps getting better.
Ja, ich kenne deinen Namen. Und ich kenne diesen Harry. Ich kenne euch. Ist er dein Sklave, dein Lakai? Hilft dir für Ruhm und Ehre, Unschuldige zu töten? Er ist doch schlimmer als du. Er ist ein Feigling mit einer Kamera, der glaubt, er wäre ein Held.
You are the finest of men, Harry.
I cannot bear the thought of a world without you in it.
Screw Julia.
I love you. Now and always.
Go home, Harry. The first chance you get. Go home to your girl. Last picture, Fritz. So what about this one? Found this one in your inside pocket. What's so special about it, Fritz? Hang on a minute. That's me. Now you've really got my attention. And who's this young fellow I'm threatening?
Finger weg von dem Bild. Finger weg, du Mörder!
Oh, Fritz, I have no idea what you're saying.
Noch keine Nachricht von Kurt heute.
No word from Kurt today.
Ich versuche mir keine Sorgen zu machen. Lucy braucht ihren Vater.
Lucy needs a father. She needs to know
Dass
he
er
is.
sicher
Du, Papa, bleib halt immer
Papa
dran.
will always
Das
be
weiß
friends. I can tell.
You should never have come here, Fritz. You see, to me, you're just one last little bit of war left to fight. We're moments away from peace, you and I. Funny in a way. How about a photo? For posterity.
Major,
You understand?
You've turned into scum.
I'll
if
get
you
the
weren't
camera.
already.
Lose not. That drunkard. I do not remember it clearly, but I escaped and I ran.
Fritz!
Oh shit.
I made up my mind. I had a friend, and he needed my help. I wanted to help Kurt, but for all I knew, he'd kill me. So I let the pigeon go. I wasn't far away now, and the bird had found Kurt before. I hoped she would again. But first, I had to land, and I hadn't thought that far ahead.
I probably should have made these 2 episodes, but I can't stop until this is over. 5 minutes and a few seconds until peace.
I survived, and I thought I'd heard gunshots. I had no idea if Kurt was nearby. But if he'd found Barrett, he wouldn't be safe. I had to hurry.
Barrett was determined and relentless. I knew he would not give up until he found me. For a fleeting moment, I almost respected him. Almost.
Come on now, my little Fritzy friend.
I hadn't heard it for over a year, but I'd recognize that voice anywhere. At first, they were just 2 figures in the distance. But the closer I got, the clearer it all became.
I think perhaps we got off on the wrong foot.
It was Barrett, all right, and Kurt had found him.
Hiding is not one of your strengths, I see. What was your plan, just out of interest? You come here, you find me. What then? You don't even speak English. What were you planning to do? Well, well, well. Harry? Harry Lambert? What the hell are you doing here, Harry?
His name is Kurt. Please, sir, just do what he says.
Wait. What? So you do know this Fritz?
Yes, he saved my life, sir.
Kurt, put the gun down.
He can't
We can sort this out.
Ah,
No, you're
jetzt
pointing
richtest
gun
du
at me,
eine Waffe auf
you're
mich.
just like him.
Du bist wie er.
Why did you
Genau
point
wie
the fucking
Barrett.
gun?
Du bist wie alle.
Idiot!
I'm impressed, Fritz. Looks like you still have some fight left in you.
His name is Kurt. Please, sir, just do
Stop
what he says.
pointing the
I
gun
don't
at
know
people.
what he wants. He's crazy.
Na komm! Bring ihn zum Reden, Harry.
No, he's not crazy. He's a father.
Oh, du erinnerst dich an ihn.
him. He pointed a gun at his
Ja,
head,
du
and
hast
now
ihm
I'm
meine
pointing
Waffe
my
an den
gun at
Kopf
yours. That was
gehalten.
my son.
Wie ich dir jetzt meine Waffe an den Kopf halte, das war mein Sohn.
Come on, Fritz. We've all lost someone we care about. It's war.
Did you kill that prisoner back in Vinny?
I don't remember, Harry. What's the German for probably?
Ich muss wissen, was
I
mit
need to
meinem
know what
Sohn
happens,
passiert
Max,
ist.
with my son.
Mit meinem Sohn. Mit Max. Hörst du? Max. Mein Sohn.
Look behind you, Fritz. I've got far more guns than you have.
Don't do this! Just get on your knees. I'm sure he'll calm down.
I am your commanding
Please,
officer,
sir.
Lambert.
Oh,
Put
shut
that
up!
gun somewhere else.
Na los!
If you came to make amends, Harry,
Wenn
you
du
would
schon hier
kill him.
bist, weil du
Come on.
alles bereust, Harry,
That's not going to
Dann
solve
töte
anything,
ihn.
Kurt.
na komm schon!
Sir, please, just call off the men and tell him what he wants to hear.
Name
His name is
Max.
Max Wellner.
Max Waldner. Hörst du? Max Waldner. War mein Junge.
My boy.
You think you're special just because you lost a son? The moment he pulls that trigger, your little friend here
And
is
so are
dead.
you.
War mein Junge.
No!
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 I'm sorry.
No!
Seconds until freeze.
So, that was it. I lost everything. They called me a traitor, a Fritz lover, a yellow. I still do.
Don't weep for me, Katrin. For I do not deserve your tears. I don't know how long I've left. I suspect only minutes. I go now to meet my maker. Or maybe the devil, if I'm so judged. Barrett is dead. I've done what I set out to do. It's finished. My task is complete. My work is done.
Word spread, even here back home. Taylor won't let me back in the store. Julia won't speak to me.
I did what any father would do. I would make the same choice again. There's little point in pretending otherwise. Please tell Lucy.
I should have shot him. Should have followed the Major's order. He was one crazy Fritz.
He was a grieving father. He said it. In loving memory of all men, women, and animals that died during the Great War. Right, well. That is where we conclude our tale. I've been Yorkie the Talespinner. Grieving over those who've lost, perhaps. Those who've served. And although this was a fantastic adaptation of a story of war, it served its purpose, I think. War is hell. Fare thee well and see thee anon.